Welcome to another episode of Hustle Tank. Today we have Himanshu with us, who's the founder of Epic Stories. From an engineering grad to the journey of becoming a wedding photographer and getting big celebrity clients is a big deal. So we'll be knowing his journey from his mouth only. So hello, welcome to
Hi.
Hustle Tank.
Hi. Thanks for having me here. I'm feeling so nervous. Not nervous to be honest. I'm very happy that I'm here and I could share something from what I have learned over the years. So yes, please.
We are glad that you're here, and plus, thank you for the patience that you had to start the show. We had a lot of mishaps today, but thank you for being very patient.
No problem. That's totally fine. Since I've also being from the same background of shooting and doing all of these things, so that's totally fine. Don't worry.
Okay, to start with, I firstly want to know your engineering journey, and then how did you went into shooting for weddings and then starting your own company.
So I would start from very beginning. So my father is an engineer. So all my life I've seen, I wanted to be like him. And so this is how engineering happened to me. So I start preparing for engineering after my school days, and I was very sure that I want to become a successful engineer, how a 18 or 17-year-old kid will think of. And when the engineering actually hits you, you realize this is not something that I ever thought that it would. So what you have ever seen in the movies, that what college is all
Yeah.
about, honestly it was not that. I mean, all the fun, friends, everything was great, but the real stuff, engineering, was very very tough. And I think very early in my engineering days, and I think second year of my engineering, I've realized that this is not something I can do all my life. And but I was not sure that what's next for me. So I was also going with the flow, with the life, like whatever happened for the best. And so in second year of my college, this was that time where the DSLR, guitar, all of these things were
Yeah.
quite fancy.
Huh.
And everybody wants to have DSLR or guitar. So I also bought one. Somehow I earned myself, and I've gotten DSLR. So the purpose of buying the DSLR, so I can have a really good images of mine. I can put it on Orkut, Facebook, and all of that stuff. Gen Z stuff, you can say, back then.
Yes.
And very soon I realized that I've lose interest of shooting on my own photos. And then a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, have reached out to me that, hey, we have this farewell party, why don't you cover it? You're very good at it, you shoot photos. And I was the only one who had a DSLR camera in whole college. So I was like, let's do it. And for a college boy who was getting paid, I was like, this is awesome, like let's do it. So the first farewell party I have shot, I have realized that I have this super power of freezing emotions. And um, what I have seen in films, like the farewell parties in my college used to be very emotional. And that has made me realize that I love shooting emotions, people. There was that factor when you're in the final year of your college, and uh, you have no idea where life gonna takes you.
Yeah.
Will you ever be meet those people who have spent the best 4 or 5 years of your life with them? So I I genuinely, when I've captured my first farewell party, and after a couple of days I've delivered the image. Oh my god, the kind of response I've got! Somehow I've become so popular in college that everybody wants me to click their photos, and they were like, what a great stuff you have done, it, the emotions, the portraits, everything. And in just span of a week, like you know I would treating like someone who doesn't belong to this place. I would treating so well, like people used to call me the best photographer we have ever met. But all of that thing, I carry on. I've shot couple of more years. So I was in second year when I've shot this. So for next couple of years I've also shot farewells. Then I got placed in a company called Capgemini. And I was like, okay, I've never thought photography can, like, I can pursue my career in photography. Although I used to love travel photography in that point of time as well. But I never thought that that could be the professional uh, I can, like, lean towards it. So I was like, okay, farewell photography, all that thing is over now. What's next? So I was preparing to actually join the company. And then after that, one of my friend who was in Bombay, who just called me over that, hey, why don't you come to Bombay? You have a couple of months where you join this company. Why don't you come and shoot wedding? I was like, wedding? So from the place I belong, it's a very small town. So wedding photography um, was never considered as a serious career option or a reputed job. And the kind of wedding I have seen in my hometown, like, it's not very fancy. Forget the fancy, like, there's no respect for the photographer and artist, as you can see. So, but it was a Bombay. I was like, okay, I've never been to Bombay. Let's go and see. So the first wedding I step into, I was blown away. It was in an SCI dome, and the kind of warmth, the kind of emotion, the kind of setup I've seen, I was mesmerized that this is something I have never seen. And I had a really bad image of how wedding looks like. And that day itself, when I've appreciated a lot of warmth, love from the family that we were shooting, I made up my mind that this is something I want to do all my life. And today we are here on your show. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey. I won't say it's a easy one, but I think wedding photography come to me by luck. Like, I never thought that I would be a wedding photographer traveling all over the world, doing the weddings that people even dream of attending it. So yeah.
I'm sure also when you started, abhi to still wedding photography is a very big industry altogether, with also Instagram coming up and उसमें photos डालना. But when you started back then, I still feel कि बहुत challenges भी रहे होंगे to explain your parents as well कि okay, this is the career path that I am choosing for myself.
So since I've mentioned that I've come from a very small town, even for me, I never thought that it could be a great career option. So definitely for my parents as well, they were a bit skeptical. But I've sat with them and I've made them understand that, look, I really think that I want to do it. What you have seen wedding is very different of what I have experienced it now. So they only have told me one thing: you have 2 years. Whatever you want to do it, we will support with all our heart financially, and whatever it takes, we will support you. If you feel like that this is not something that you would want to do, please come back. Then what we will tell you, you have to do it. And I think those two years have never ended.
Yeah, and now I'm sure that they are very proud of you to see where
I mean,
you
there are
came.
very few instances in my life where I have seen my father cry. And when he got to know about, like, a couple of the great projects we have done, once they got to know about it, like, they just, my father have given the phone to my mother, and my mother was saying that he's not talking because he's crying. So, like, all these moments in your life, when you witness this, somehow somewhere you feel like you have done something good. Yeah, I think that the kind of appreciation, of that kind of validation, once you get in your life, I think you are very fulfilled. Like, yes, you have at least did something right in your life.
Makes sense. That
Yeah.
is really nice. I also want to understand how did Epic Stories come into picture? Because as you said, you came to Mumbai through a friend's reference and you're helping him out.
Correct.
Eventually, how did Epic Stories start as a
So
company?
when I shot my first wedding, I was blown away. Okay, so before I started that, I would love to tell you, like, why Epic Stories. Like, in the very first wedding I've shot for somebody else, I was very sure this is the career option I would love to pursue, and this is I would love to do all my life till my last breath.
Okay.
And I'm still very adamant on that thought that this is something that I will be doing all my life, because it fuels me up, right? Even after shooting 20 hours a day, we have that satisfaction that we have got something really good, and we have done something really meaningful for somebody. Then that those people can look back to those moments after a decade or 2 decade, and they will feel so happy that they have those moments with them to cherish. So coming back to your question, first of all, we were very sure that we don't want to create a name which more sounds like a company. We want to create a name which should be like, so we was very sure that we want to step into the world of wedding photography and film. It's more about two people coming together and falling in love, and they will start their journey together. And as the word epic itself is a long poem which describe the story of a hero, layered up with emotions, struggles, trumps. That's exactly how a wedding is, a marriage is, right? And when you relate epic stories, it's something which is so relevant to this whole thing of the concept of wedding. When the two people, two families come together, it's a epic stories. It's an epic story to be remembered always. So that's how we came up with the name of epic story. Now the real challenge was to get the first few clients.
Yeah.
And very early, like 2017 was the time when Instagram was booming. Okay. And I think wedding has start taking over the whole Instagram. And so I remember, so in the very early days of our career, we were very sure that since Instagram is booming, and if somehow we would be able to get any influencer or any celebrity wedding, we probably, like it would be very easy for us to step into this world and to do wonders with what we do. So we were very sure that we are very good with our craft, with our work, and the only thing we were lacking, that we don't have any client, how to get a client. So somehow there is a couple, very famous couple called Prince Narulga and Yuvika Chaudhary. So one of my very dear friends, she told me that, hey, these people are getting married, why don't you just try reaching out to them? I was like, why would they hire us? We had no portfolio, we have no experience, we have no social media presence. But on that night I was like, wouldn't it be crazy if somehow we got this wedding? The whole life is going to change, right? So we start reaching out to those people. Since we had no contacts, we reached out to them on Instagram.
Okay.
Just imagine, like, it's a wild thought to slide into somebody's DM
Yeah.
and believing that these people will reply back. Forget the reply back. They will hire you for the wedding
Yes.
with no experience. That actually happens. They replied back that, hey, okay, let's connect. So it took us couple of months to finally schedule a meeting. It was honestly tough. Like, honestly, why not? Like, somebody who is quite popular, a celebrity figure, why would they trust you when you have no social media presence, you have no experience? We had an experience, but we don't have anything to show. All we had is what we have shot. So we have shown them on the one-on-one meeting, but since it's not anywhere on the Instagram, even if I would have been in their place, I would have never hired me.
Yeah.
But that happened. So we did a test shot with them, and they really, really like it. So I remember, like, after their wedding was done, we were in Chandigarh with them. They were driving us to one of their favorite restaurant. And I've just asked them, like, by the time you gelled up and you became friends with them, I asked them, like, guys, why have you hired us? Yuvika told me that, Himanshu, the generosity, and, like, you were not thinking about who's gonna come, what I'm gonna get from this wedding, how much you're gonna pay. You were very comfortable with us. Instead of asking us about, is Salman is going to be there at your wedding, is all these people will going to be wedding, instead of you putting that asking us out those questions, you genuinely asked us what's your story and how you would like to remember your wedding days after 10 years. So these are the questions we asked. And obviously we had a plan, like how we gonna deliver, what would be the approach. So these are small things, I think, that made them think that they are the right one. And I'm still, the core of Epic Stories is still the same, that we focus on the couple rather than the production grandeur. It's the story that you will always remember. And I always tell to the couple that 10 year 20 years down the line, you would love to remember, and you would love to see the photos and videos, how your loved one felt, how you felt at your wedding. You want to time travel to those moments. You will not remember how was the food, how was the decor. You just remember how you felt at that moment when you got married to the love of your life.
True. That's very true. And I see the passion that you talk with. It's really amazing.
I mean, we never started Epic Story with the concept of doing business or it was a very simple agenda. We want to do something very meaningful to somebody. And we feel you tell me any job in this world where you get your clients, you need to do their work when they're in their happiest state, right? Your client became your friends, you get free food, you get free travel, and you travel across the world. So I think that's the best job. And when you have a passion for it, why not do it? And obviously good money. So yeah.
Coming to the factor of good money, we will dive deep into how you shoot the wedding, etc., etc. Before that, I just want to get done with the technical stuffs that we
Correct.
have. I want to know how much, like, I obviously know ki you won't mention how much you make for a wedding, but approximate amount that a company can make, because as an outsider, for me, something that I look up to, like wedding filming as a career, is booming now, maybe
Correct.
with Instagram and all. Plus, when we also hire, we see a lot of editors from a background of coming from, ठीक है wedding के लिए shoot किया, वो edit करते थे हम, but eventually they need a switch. They feel like नहीं switch करना है, need to grow bigger. So I feel वो जो एक factor है ना, that keeps them in that industry कि नहीं, wedding filming is also a very big industry and you should be working for it, because firstly passion तो है photography का, but again वो कभी कभार हो जाता है कि लोगों को उतना मज़ा शायद नहीं आता. So in that situation, money is also an important factor.
Correct.
So how, like, just give us an approximate amount, how much can a person make from this career?
So see, honestly, it varies from company to company, person to person, editor to editor. And what I would say, if you'll ask us, we are still not a very money driven people. Okay. Even if you meet our team, you will realize not everybody is just working for money. Obviously that's a basic need that you
Yeah.
need, right? But for us, if you'll ask us, we hardly shoot 25 to 30 weddings in a year. And there's no end to it. We can also shoot 250, 300 wedding in a year, but I know the fact that I won't be able to, neither of us will be able to put down our heart and soul into it. Then what's the point? Right? And average, I would say there is two side of it. A lot of people, if you see the reputed wedding photographers and filmmakers, they usually work with the same set of people. So either you work on a retainer basis, salary basis. And I think this is the industry where people are actually getting a good, so I would say right from 80,000 to 1.5 is a average salary you can expect being a wedding photographer or a wedding filmmaker. And for a company owner, I don't say there's any figure. It can be anywhere right from 1 cr to 10 cr to 50 cr, whatever, it whatever comes your way. So we've kept it very simple. We only want to shoot weddings which gonna feed our soul, right? And by now, every year we get around more than thousands inquiry. And so the number is very less. We want to keep it very simple. We want to shoot 25 to 30 weddings in a year. So that's how we also know, we can actually charge a premium on that, and we can make
Yeah.
sure that we are stepping into somebody's wedding where we can also create something very meaningful and can do justice with that wedding.
And if someone is starting new, which are the equipments that you would suggest? You know, if a person is going to buy their first camera, what would your suggestion be?
See, I'll be very honest. This all camera, Sony, Nikon, Canon is all myth. If you have an eye for it, even phone can do wonders. Honestly, if somebody uh, put out their work, even they have shot on their phone, I can see the vision. I can see like what he wants to portray. I would love to have him on my side. Like, provided I will provide every camera, whatever the camera lens he needs, we will provide it. It's just that you need that vision. You should have that driving force that, okay, I have to do this. So I would say, but still, to answer your question, I think any basic camera you can start with. Any camera is nowadays, it has a great potential to create great imagery, and rest everything is else on your vision and your approach. That's it.
Okay, got it. And as you were mentioning, ki, you know, nowadays with Instagram and everyone, people want to like post the pictures also immediately or maybe the next day of their wedding just
Correct.
to announce it to the world ki okay, they are married. In such situation, what is the turnaround time that you look up to?
So we are very sure that, like, see, somebody nowadays, Instagram is most of the things you do is for the gram, right? And I think it's a trend now, like, that probably, like, it'll get over in some years, but that's fine. Like, we have to work as the couple wants. So most of the time people do expect, even when people don't expect us to deliver the images within like 24 to 48 hours, we do it. I think it's a great way to relieve the memory just next days, because for example, you imagine this from the perspective of the bridegroom. They don't know how they were looking, how that moment was looking when they were exchanging garlands, so they, while they were laughing with their partner sitting on that mandap, all they can see the surrounding, right?
Yeah.
To surprise them with few images the next day, I think it means world to them. It means world to them. And honestly, like, whenever a lot of, like, 90% of the weddings we shoot, we try to deliver the photos within next 24 to 48 hours, and it's something that make them so happy, and I think that's our job, to make people happy.
Yeah. Okay, understood. Also, with wedding photographies, I think timing is a very big thing.
Oh yes.
And with like there was one reel where Vicky was mentioning about their wedding and he said कि Katrina was telling कि फेरे जल्दी ले लो क्योंकि वो proper
Sunset.
sunset वाला ये चाहिए. Do you also get such demands कि यही timing पे ऐसे ही photo चाहिए मेरे को?
See, for any bride nowadays, sunset thing is a real. Everybody wants to get their fairas done on sunset, or probably if not fairas, if the muhurat is not aligning with that, probably they definitely want to have the sunset photo. So there are a lot of time. I would say this is a very humble, genuine request, but there are also so many weird requests often we get. I also remember there is a very funny moment. We were in Thailand shooting a wedding. The bride choose that location because it has the prettiest sunset.
Okay.
Okay, it was a Punjabi wedding. Varmala was supposed to happen at 5:30, right when the sun is down at the sunset. The barat reaches 11 p.m.
Okay.
The barat started at 4. The whole Varmala, whole wedding, the bride didn't spoke to the groom.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what a hilarious day was that. And the friends couldn't let the barat go. That was a Punjabi wedding, and I went, oh my god, the kind of energy I've seen in that wedding, oh my god. And I think couple of years later, when I spoke to that couple, they literally laugh on those photos because the groom is smiling, he's convincing her throughout, please baby, please, I'm so sorry, it's not my fault. She is so angry, and you can see in the photos. And oh my god, they still look back to those photos, and then now it has become a very happy memory for them. But yeah, like, all of these things keep happening.
As you mentioned ki it was a Punjabi wedding, things were running late, etc., etc. Are there any mishaps that you remember in such situations?
I mean, a lot of mishap happens. For example, when your plan to get married in a daylight. So people, like, they don't uh, try to put lights and all of these things. Imagine somebody wants to get married at 5:30, the barat came at 11. You were not prepared for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So like, if you think about, like, only the high tea and the snacks were supposed to served. Now imagine people who waiting for the wedding to start till 11. Now there is, because the arrangement for the dinner is somewhere else.
Okay.
So all this mishap, guests are getting furious, like, where's the food? We have not eaten for so long. The bride side of it, and the groom side still enjoying the barat. They are having snacks, everything, the time of their life. So I think timing is very crucial. Like, like a lot of wedding planner, they put their heart and soul into it to make sure everything goes right. But when this doesn't happen, a lot of things happen, and you can't control of that.
Okay. And I'm sure you have seen a lot of weddings through your career journey. How is a Indian big Indian fat wedding wala jo concept hai? How is it for you to experience it live?
I mean, it's so surreal, to be honest. Like, I remember very vividly a couple of days before I was in Jordan for a international conference. So all the great planner from around the world, designer, photographer, have come down to that place, and people were literally asking us out, like, what it to be like, how does it feel to be experience such weddings. And I think Indian wedding, especially the big fat Indian wedding which has happened over last couple of years, has put Indian on a global map. And honestly, like, wherever we travel, Europe, US, any part of the world, people do sit with us and ask our experience. So I think people don't realize, but actually Indian wedding has put India on a global map. People are talking about it. And honestly, coming back to your question, like, it feels so real. Like, all your life you have seen all those glamorous big production only on the televisions or the films. But nowadays the wedding has become so big, then when you step into, you see all the big stars are performing, and all of these, like, it looks like some great IFI award or a
Yeah,
filmfare
yeah,
award. Like,
yeah.
wedding is no longer just fairas and intimate all things. I think after COVID, uh, Indian wedding has just gone on a different spectrum.
True. Also, like nowadays, you see a lot of wedding reels coming up, and obviously now wedding season is coming, तो वो तो और number उसके बढ़ने ही है. So there are, these few specific reels where the crew is asking questions to the groom, the bride, the family.
Yeah.
Is that something you also do? Like there is a storytelling involved?
Yes, 100%. I believe uh, the fundamental of epic story is we ask every client of ours that we really want to preserve those memories. And I feel like when two people are getting married, okay, not just them but the family around them, the emotions are on the peak,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You imagine from a perspective of being a bride, the bride's parents are very overwhelmed. Like, they have that bittersweet feeling that the daughter is going to go away. So the emotions are on peak. Not necessarily just with the bride's parents, but nowadays it's very prominent with the groom family as well. Like, for any parents to see their son reach to a stage where he is going to start his own journey, having the family of his own, it's something which is very bittersweet. The idea of all this, like, since the emotions are on very peak, we really always want to sit down with the families and the couple and to understand how this all begins, why these two people are coming together, and why is this something that they're feeling emotional about. And you will be surprised, like, every time we sit with the couple, sit with the families, we make the real connection right there in those interviews.
Oh, okay.
then they've start treating us as a different human, that these people are not just here to document things, but they really want to create some impact, and they really want to do something really meaningful for them to cherish for the next 10, 20 years or the next generation to see. So I think our films and the photos are the things that it's definitely going to take you to the back to the time. So I think I remember, like, the first wedding I've shot in 2017, and the couple that we shot in 2017, they have now a baby of like 7, 8 years, and a lot of time they ask many questions, and I'm sure when they will turn 20, 30 years, it will be a great memory of their parents to them, right? And I always say, like, for any bride and groom in India specifically, it's just not about two people are getting married, it's just two family which are coming together.
Yeah.
Imagine a bride having the interview of her parents, speaking about what how hard it's going to be for them to believe the fact that she is not going to be there with you guys, and to say few things that even they have never been able to speak to her or tell to her. And imagine 20 years later when they are no longer present, and when you look back to those videos where they're speaking about you and the kind of thing they love about you, it's something that you will always share as long after they're gone. So this is something I think that's the core of epic story, to film all these things. Even a lot of time people prefer to not put interviews or this people talking things, but still we always do it, that no matter what, like, even if you don't want us to use in the film, that will help us to know you better, that will help us to know the story better.
I just want to mention one thing. So, my cousin sisters got married last year, and one of my friend is getting married soon. And when they used to tell me ना कि ओ फोटोग्राफर का इतना खर्चा हो रहा है, I used to always feel कि यार इतना खर्चा क्यों करना है. But now when I listen to you, and you know the factor that you bring in the whole storytelling angle plus recording those videos that you can cherish lifelong, I feel now कि okay, it is fair enough to pay that much.
Yeah. And I think, like, people do understand, yeah, it's just a wedding. Still we are not up there in India where people do understand that, yeah, it's a skill, it's a proper filmmaking. People just think like people will come, shoot, video, edit, and put some music and just develop it. No, it's not that. Honestly, people do dive into it too much, and to extract that story from you and present in a way where you can always watch it and bring back those memory. It's something which is very timeless. So coming to the fact, like, like lot of people ask, like, why does wedding photography, why does wedding filmmaking charge so much? I think if you really want to deliver something really good, you have to have a team with you, like, and to retain those people, you have to give them a good salary, good money, right? And since in a year average we got around thousands inquiry, and when we string down it to like 25 couples we want to shoot with, it goes with a lot, like, probably a lot of people say that, okay, you only work from November to March, rest of the year is off season. No, 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 we brainstorm, we meet couples, we decide what to do, what not to do, we evolve ourselves, we travel to different destination, and that makes us a better human being. And that's how we are able to put that in our work and make the whole wedding photography and filmmaking a very meaningful thing.
I had written this actually to ask you ki what does a wedding filmer do when it's off season, because wedding seasons in India is usually considered कि October November के बाद चलेगा till Jan, and then it's March April May के आसपास, and then बीच में there are no much weddings happening. But yeah, makes sense, there is a lot of
Yeah,
process
I
behind
would
this.
say, if you'll ask me how does the off season look like, it's where you actually feel like how sleep is going to look like.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I wouldn't say it's a 8-hour job. On a wedding day, it's a 24-hour job.
Yeah.
What people knows about a wedding photographer, it's like, like a lot of people doesn't talk about the real business.
Yeah.
People see us on our Instagram, it's a very fancy job, you travel,
Yes.
very glamorous, you meet so many
Yeah.
celebrities, influencer people, you travel all over the world. It's true, but what also is true, it takes a lot to be there to fill those shoes, because every day in every weddings, minimum in Indian wedding, it's a requirement to be there on 20 hours. And post, once you're done, it's really important for you to back up the data,
Yeah.
that nobody knows
Yeah.
what these
Yeah.
people do. People might think like, okay, the shoot is over, they will go sleep, they will wake up, they will chill with the shoot. And no, it's too much. It's not just about shooting the wedding, it's too much about, like, managing the team, managing the deliverables, taking care of the timelines, because obviously you cannot take forever to deliver a product,
Yes.
right? And in just of that, you also have a team to pay. So everything, like, I've never thought that I will be involved so much in all of these things. I just wanted myself to be an artist, to go to the weddings, shoot weddings, take photos, edit it, deliver it. But it's not just that, it's the whole, like, it's genuinely a properly a company setup. It's just that, like, the heart of it's still intact.
And as you were mentioning, it is not just shooting the wedding, it's also about, backing up all the data, everything. Can you also explain us what a day in your life would look like if you are shooting a wedding today?
So usually, if I'll ask you, if I'll tell you about a typical day of a wedding photographer, how it look like. So mostly, like, you will have your day start around 10 a.m. So 10, I'm talking about the wedding day. So let's say there is a haldi, so you reach to the venue, you figure out, like, what's the situation, like what is the decor, what are the things that you need. You then you meet with your team crew and you give them roles, and then everybody start doing their roles. Somebody might be in charge of making sure the family is covered, somebody is in charge of making sure that the decor is properly covered, somebody is making in charge of the couple portrait is properly done, and all of these things. And then the event starts. So couple of hours, like, let's say till lunch, the things is keep going on. And post that, like, again the real crux comes, where you have to again go back, and you, although you have a assistant and people who will help you to put back your batteries, everything on charge,
Yeah.
but again you have to back up. So whatever you have shot, so whenever I go to any wedding, still till today, I don't trust anybody with the memory cards and the data. I copy it myself. So a lot of time it happens, we often skip meals, because that's not the priority for us. To priority is to back up the data. As soon as that is over, then probably if we sneak that time in, if we have a time between two events, let's say now the haldi is over, let's say, and everybody is start getting ready for the wedding. So we have that small window where you can actually, like, start roaming around, see what the wedding function is going to look like, where the to understand basically everything, where the bride is coming from, right, where the groom will be standing, where the barat is going to start, what are the key element, what are the sound effect. Like, it takes an army to create that one image. Honestly, you might have seen a lot of weddings where the couple is exchanging garland, there is firework in the
Yeah, yeah,
sky, there are
yeah,
a
yeah.
dancer, there's this, that light. Every single wedding we step into, we have to make sure that everybody is on the same page. What people see is just image, like, oh, he might have a fancy camera, he just take a photo and it's wow. No, you have to do a lot of pre-production in that. You have to be there on the venue. Sometimes it happens that the Varmala is supposed to happen at 5:30, but if it happens at 7:30, there's no light. Then you have to make sure that you make all of those arrangements, because nobody wants to have their dark photos.
Yeah.
So coming back to the question, so once the wedding day starts, it usually, like, when the wedding ceremony starts, it goes for long. The barat, getting ready, bridal parties, photos, groomsmen's photos, fairas, then reception. So most of the time it happens that wedding gets over by 10ish, and then there you have again a cocktail hour, probably people go for a dinner, and then again the after party start, and then keeps on till 4 or 5 a.m.
Okay.
So imagine, like, once you wrap up at 4 or 5 in the morning, again you go back and you back up the data. I prefer to, a lot of people might say, like, why don't you just copy everything at the end of the wedding? I
Yeah.
was like, no, I'm very particular that I have to make sure that whatever we have shot, it has to be back up right after that. I cannot trust the memory card. I cannot trust the technology. It can fail anytime.
Yeah.
You never know. You might format that card somehow. So it's typically like 18-20 hours every day.
I think everyone sees the glorious side of it कि oh इतना perfect photo निकाल लिया, such a beautiful moment, but there is a lot of struggle that goes behind it as well.
I mean, it's with every job, I would say. Like, whatever it look fancy on Instagram, it doesn't actually it's that fancy as it is. But yeah, like, honestly, but I love being part of this industry. I love being a wedding photographer. It's something which always keeps me grounded. Like, when you meet people HNIs, and, like, when you're talking with them and their thoughts and their approaches, and you felt like they have everything a person can have, like, money, properties, whatever it takes, friend, anything you even think, they have it, but still they are very grounded. Like, so that also those things, like, when you're meeting new people in every wedding, that also have give you that perspective of a life in a very different way. And I would say, like, probably people might think this is just a job, but when we interview people, honestly, a lot of time it happens that they change the whole perspective of how we see life.
That's really an amazing
Yeah.
point that you mentioned. I don't think people see it from this perspective also.
I mean, imagine, you every wedding you're going, you are interviewing minimum 5-7 people. And, like, everybody have a different perspective of life.
Yeah.
So everybody, like, every wedding we go to, like, we learn something new.
Okay. Also, when a wedding is happening, there are hundred thousands of different things happening. तो अगर एक जगह वरमाला हो रहा है, there is also bride's friend having tears in their eyes. There is
Yeah.
also the bride's
Yeah, yeah.
father being teared up. You have to capture all those moments in that second itself. So how do you make sure कि okay everyone is aligned and everyone is ready with their cameras?
So we always educate the couple, and all of these things happen in, like, when we do the meetings with them, like, few days before the weddings. So we always ask few questions, that what are the important people that are very very close to your, very very close to you and your family. Who are those people who would you like to print their photos in the album? And who are the who are the people who was most excited on your WhatsApp group about this wedding? So when you get a knowledge of, like, there are like 15-20 people, we ask the planning team that would it be possible if all these people she mentioned or the groom mentioned, who are very close to them, can they get a front row seats? Okay, because we know, we can anticipate when these two people gonna exchange the garland. Probably you will see the friends tearing up, probably
Yeah.
the parents of the bride tearing up, or, so we always shoot with multiple photographers on a shoot. So for us it's very, like, now we have probably kind of cracked that code, that how to get those emotions right there on your camera. Is, we know the fact, for any bride's parents, it's a very bittersweet feeling. And most of the time it happens while the bride is getting ready. The bride's parents are not there, so they have not seen her, how she's looking as a bride. For any bride's parent, it's surreal to see her as a bride for the first time. Okay, imagine the bride's parents are busy in welcoming the barat and all of these things. Bride is ready. Now the bride's parent is right there in the front row, waiting for her to walk down the aisle. Okay, we know the fact that these people will broke down into the tears.
Yeah.
There is one photographer silently from far, making sure that he is on it. as soon as the bride walked down the aisle, he knows who gonna tear it up. There are multiple photographer have a different, like, similar roles. Somebody on the groom reaction throughout. No matter what, for him, nothing exists apart from him. For one of more photographer will be with the groom parents. One of the photographer will be the bridesmaids of the groomsmen. So we make sure that all of these people are at the front row, and I want them to witness it because they are the close one.
Yeah.
That's how we always anticipate, like, when we will get the real moments, because you cannot stage it.
Yeah, you can't.
You cannot stage it. So this is a one, I can say that, we have cracked this code, like how to do it in weddings. But there are, like, n number of moments which keep happening. So a lot of time you don't anticipate and things happens. It's just that you have to keep open your eyes and keep observing everything.
Yes.
So, yes.
Also, as you were mentioning, there are cameramans for the brides friends and for the groom's friends. Nowadays, even on like Instagram, there is this very concept of having your first look reveal.
Correct.
Do you get such requests? Like, are there any crazy requests that you have gotten and you're like, "Ye kab start ho gaya?"
I mean, see, honestly, what I see, since I follow this wedding industry from quite many years now, this trend was always there in the Western
Yeah.
Western
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, where bride and groom see each other for the
Yeah.
first time. I think in India it's had started a couple of years back, and honestly, I would say it's a good thing for a lot of people. I'll say why. A lot of time it happens that not everybody it's so jolly that, and everybody, like, every bride and groom is not so uh, comfortable to express their feelings in front of 500 odd guests. For those people, like, it's really good to have the first look. They can actually see you for the first time. They can express, they can tell you how she's looking, how he's looking. So I would say it's a 50-50, you can say. Like, I have seen this trend. Lot many brides and the groom want to see each other while they're walking down the aisle. It's a great feeling. I think both of them are great on their own thing. Like, when you're walking down the aisle, there's a music, there is the SFX. This whole builds up in a way it looks like a movie. Right? And I'm sure you might have seen a lot of weddings on Instagram, grooms tearing up.
Yes.
Right? It has become so common. I think people who have actually experienced so many weddings, the impact, like, when the music is so, like, on point, like, it's also telling the story. A lot of people have gone through a lot of people have struggled to, like, marry each other. There were so many differences. And when you finally see that thing, like, bride walking down the aisle and the start of your forever, the people couldn't just stop and they cry. So I would say, like, first look is a good thing for the people who, like, are a bit reserved, where they don't express in front of mass people. So it's a good thing for them to, like, meet before the wedding privately and to exchange vows probably, or say something beautiful which is going to start.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I personally like it because as a wedding photographer, you thrive for good photos. Like, that's what it feed your soul, being a photographer, to get a great photos. So most of the time when it happens before the wedding, it's always a daylight.
Yeah.
And photographers love daylight. So you get that time also after their first look to get some time with them, spend some time with them and create a great photos. Because once the Varmala wedding is over, the bride and groom are tired. There is sindoor on a face. Like, there's, you can see that they are tired. So not many time it happens that we are able to pull out great portraits because they are tired, or sometimes they are a bit on a time crunch. So for a photographer who lasts, I would definitely say the first look is the good thing, best thing, but it totally depends upon what exactly how couple want to remember it.
as you were mentioning about the walking down aisle wala thing and the groom crying, I have this running joke with my friends where I have told them particularly ki if my groom doesn't cry, you are supposed to pinch him and make him cry, or else I'm running away. So with Instagram setting those goals, you might have seen a great evolution of Instagram in your journey as well,
Correct.
as in how it helped you also scale, because now photograph in weddings have become a very big thing.
Correct.
So how it helped your career growth?
I think, as I mentioned, my first wedding I've done was a influencer wedding, and I think I have realized very early in this career that it's really important for you to keep your Instagram game so strong, because I think, if you'll ask me personally, Instagram has played a really important role to make us who we are. It allows us to show our work worldwide,
Yeah.
right? And the kind of weddings we have done, that has gone viral over the internet. So definitely, it has become it has made very easy for us to reach out to the world and tell us that, hey, we do this. So definitely, I would say, like, Instagram is a blessing. For us, it's a blessing, and I think for every photographer nowadays, it's a biggest marketing tool you can ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are just having a small segment here where we'll be showing you few of the videos and pictures that you have put on
Okay.
Epic Stories, and we just want to know the story
All
behind
right.
it.
All right.
Okay. Volume.
Yeah, I know everything about it.
So this particular video, okay, I have a story behind this. I had seen this video a year back, I think it was recorded.
Get
And
it.
if someone would have told me back then that I will be sitting with the person who has captured this and made this video, I wouldn't have believed.
Wow.
But yes, this video, I have probably saved it on my Instagram just because the moment everything is just so perfect. The girl walking down the aisle and the guy there is not tearing up, but it's a very cute smile and the excitement that they both have, plus the song that is playing, like everything is perfect in that
Correct.
moment. What is the story behind? How did you capture that?
So I think I have a lot to tell about this thing. So the name of this couple is Sachita and Nisar,
Yes.
and this specifically, this video, uh, it's I think it's the most viral video of any Indian wedding till now, and it has crossed, I think, I don't know how many millions view, but definitely around 40 millions of the bride herself who have put it down. And every single portals of the wedding industry, everybody know, till last year before Ambani wedding, people used to know us because of this wedding.
Yeah.
I think this whole wedding was so pure. You see, as soon as, I think it's a dream wedding one can ever imagine.
Yes.
Most of the people reached out to us that, hey, I want something like this.
Yes.
There's so much of pureness in this. You'll see, as soon as the door opened, you see the crowd shouting, Suchi, Suchi,
Yeah, yeah,
Suchi.
yeah.
That's her friend who was cheering up. Okay. As soon as she walked, so she lip synced the song.
Yes.
Right then, the groom also said, "Oh, Sony, ore." And what's the best part I love about this video is, as soon as the bride, he give his hand,
Yeah, yeah.
bride, he hold the bride's hand and take us, and he know the fact that in few hours she is going to be the wife
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
his, right? He politely asked,
Yes.
"Can I kiss you?"
Yes.
Like, that shows, I think the whole internet has gone mad over this, that one small request, respect of her privacy. And I don't know how do I explain this, but he asked for it.
Yes.
And oh my god, we were not supposed to make this video, but I'll be very honest, I'm not a video editor, but I have the vision, like how So this was the very first time, like, when we were scrolling through the videos, I was like, I want to make something out of it, because when I see that all those hype, like, it's very unreal. Like, it was a
Yes.
very intimate wedding,
Mm.
and like your bridesmaid cheering up, Sochi, 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 and like as soon as you walk in, you couldn't control the smile, and you are walking down the aisle and looking that person, he's smiling, you're smiling, and the kind of bond you can see in their eyes, oh my god, it was pure love, you can see it.
Mm.
And the way he does that gesture by asking her, like, can I
Yes.
kiss you?
Yes.
She's like, what? And can I kiss you? Like, she's yes, and then they go for a kiss. It's such a beautiful moment, and I think why it gone viral, because people can relate to it, people
Yes.
manifest such
Mm.
moments,
Yes.
right? Even still, like, it's been 2 years, people still reached out to us, like, even like, when we are sitting with the couple, they ask us, can you tell us about this wedding, how that happened? So honestly, like, it just unfold. We were lucky enough, like, we don't
Mm.
take credits that we have shot this, we are the real whole
Mm.
soul creator of this, but I think we were just right, we were there, right there at that right moment to
Mm.
capture that.
Yeah.
It's their story, they have done it, and it was very organic.
Mm.
But yeah, it
And
was
that's
beautiful.
why
It
I feel it connected also, because it was very organic, very natural, and too much emotions.
Yeah, it there was nothing fake in that video.
Mm.
What you will see is the pure emotions,
Yeah.
pure organic. Like a lot of people nowadays, like, I've seen on Instagram, like, people are faking it to make it viral. Like, there's also one thing.
Mm.
So, but yeah, that's, I think it's all about those organic movement that falls automatically.
True. Can you have the second photo? Yes.
Oh my god.
The big Indian wedding.
So I think I have wrote down also on one of the posts on my Instagram, like, it was not supposed to, like, I was not supposed to take that photo. So what happened, like, we were in Cannes, and so I've spotted a place that it could be a great place for their portraits, and they took a different route to reach the venue.
Hmm.
And I was heartbroken that this could be, like, the photo of the whole, you can say this photo can sum up the whole event. If Anant and Radhika could be here, and I can
Hmm.
picture
Yeah.
this. So you won't believe, they were standing this close to me, like at
Hmm.
least 4 or 5 feet away. And so this is what I have manifested, that I wish if they will pass from here, I will request them to be stay here, and I'll
Hmm.
take that shot. It couldn't happen, they just went to the venue. I don't know what happened, they came back because they also want to see around.
Hmm.
And I almost, like, gave up that we I will ever get this photo of
Hmm.
them, because it's a beautiful chatao in the top of the hill, you can see the background,
Yeah.
like, it's beautiful. It's just that you need those two people there, and it's the frame is
Perfect.
complete.
Yeah.
But they were just crossing by, and we politely request them if they can just be there.
Hmm.
They just froze there for a second. They look at us, look there, photo done, and they move. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't expect that that can happen in just 1 second. There was
Hmm.
nobody, like, there were so many photographers, like
Yeah.
at least 15-20 photographers was there. Nobody was able to get that. I was, because I was the only one who actually was manifesting that I was on a specific
Hmm.
lens. I was on 1635 mm. I think these people will know. I shot that image on 16 mm. Imagine, they were standing next to me, like they are standing 4 feet away from me, and I've got the whole wide angle of that. I think all similar moments like this, like, made me also always believe, if you manifest any moments, or if you manifest anything, that will happen to you. And honestly, after that, and that this specifically, that shot has become the cover of the Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to understand, how did you get convince this guys and you became a photographer for that?
So I think, since we've been doing good works from last many years, and we have shot couple of the wedding in their circle. So somehow, somewhere, they were aware of us, like who these people are. And I think when they were looking out for the photographers, few of our wedding was like, they were very viral at that moment, specifically the one you just shown me. And so I think there were a lot of factor which aligns together and make that happen. Is first, somehow somewhere they knew that what we were doing, and they knew that we had the presence on this. We have shot their friend circle, all of that. And then again, probably they might have seen our work because it was getting viral all over. Then the planner, so the planner who planned the whole merchant sides of the wedding, they are very fond of our work.
Okay.
So they put a really good words for us. And honestly, we were the only one who met them. And then the first meeting we clicked so well. Then they were like, "Let's, boss, I don't want to meet anybody, but we definitely want you to cover it." So honestly, it was so overwhelming. I didn't knew where I was going. Honestly, the planner have not even told me where you are going, whom you are meeting. It's just that it's a client, it's a wedding, you would like to do it. I was like, yes, why not? Let's go. And the moment I went, I saw these people and I was like, oh my God, I would have prepared better. But they were very humble enough. They have made me sit down. They, before we begin, they start asking about me, like, where do I live, what I do, and all of this. So they have actually made me very comfortable. So honestly, a lot of people, when they specifically ask me about this wedding, I have only few things to tell. Like, when the whole world was talking about opulence, grandeur,
Yeah.
we were actually, like, witnessing those tender moments of love. Like, we have seen them crying over, like, they're getting emotional over so many things. Like, only the world was talking. You see uh, any newspaper, any publication, any Instagram post, people were just showing us who attended, how much they
Yeah.
spent. Mark Zuckerberg is coming, Salman Khan. But what we have seen is the pure love they have for their childrens, and both Anand and Radhika have for each other. Like, to see them, witness them by being in the front row is something I will always be grateful for.
Any memorable moments from their wedding that you clearly remember? Ki, oh my God, what have I experienced?
I mean, see, the entire wedding is a experience, but if you'll ask me, I will say Bharat.
Okay.
Oh my God, I don't know why people call it a Bharat, because every 100 meter there is a different stage, different artist, and all the people, the way they are dancing, oh my God, like I have never seen a crazy Bharat like that. Like, and I really love few things about these people is all the people who are very close to, let's say, us, they're security guards. In fact, they were having a great time with all the celebrities while dancing in the Bharat. Like, I felt like all these people who were connected to them, they were so much involved that they felt like there's somebody in their own family is getting married, and they were cheering for Anand like that. I know how much ever I describe, it will be short of words, and it will not define until you yourself go there and, like, witness that. It was, I think, once in a lifetime moment to witness a Bharat like that. It will never ever happen again, I'm sure.
Perfect. And yeah, so many stories we have heard, but we have always heard about the money being spent and this and that. But first time, I think there is also a perspective of the emotions that were being felt by everyone around.
Yeah, I mean, the world has not focused much on the emotions. The world has only focused on the amount it has been spent, the celebrity, whoever attended. But honestly, the core of that wedding was the emotions. I've seen people tearing up and having so many great moments. It's just so surreal to, like, I remember the moment where Radhika walked in. So Radhika and her father, they are very close. So when she was walking down the aisle, Veer and uncle just hold the hand and they were walking. They were just keep looking at each other. And in that moment, you can sense what is going through their mind. So much of it's a very bittersweet feeling.
Yeah.
And there is a moment where Radhika father just gave her hand to Anand. You can see that transition where just one of the hand is drifting away from the father and one of her hand is just trying to hold Anand's hand. It's just one frame that speaks volumes, the emotions, everything. And like, right there, next photo is where she's about to hold the hand of Anand and her father is just tearing, like, just clearing the tear of her eyes. So that's all. One photos, all of these photo moments is actually so powerful. And I think when you witness this by being in the front row, oh my God, nothing tops this.
That's
No
true.
grandeur, no decor, nothing. It's pure emotions.
It's so great that you guys are able to capture the very innate emotions. Like for a father, I can't even imagine how big deal it would be to give her daughter away. And capturing that moment is a really big thing.
I think they say it right. Till the time you're not father and you're not giving away your daughter,
Yeah.
you cannot understand that pain. But yeah, like I've seen many fathers doing this many times, and I think it's the hardest thing they could ever do to give away their daughters.
Yeah. Do we have more photos?
Oh my God, great story. So this photo is something which is very, very, very close to my heart because this is exactly how I have envisioned these photos. Okay. So last year in August, I went to Kenya for to shoot a wedding.
Okay.
And from that, after that, we extended our trip and we went to Zanzibar, which is in Tanzania, in Africa only. So I was on a solo trip. I was exploring place on my own, and I found there's a turtle cave, and you can see the big, huge turtles, very friendly with humans, and also it's not very deep. I went there, and so whenever I travel, I always try to find a place where I can take my couples to, what new I can bring to the photography. And I love animals. I love wildlife. So the moment I go to that place, I was very sure that I want to create something with the couple with the turtles here. So I have this very specific frame that I want to frame the best of both world. So for that, I've sourced a GoPro and a dome. What that does is it can shoot half underwater, half outside water.
Okay.
So I've placed the couple outside water as in like they were sitting on a stone, and inside water they were like hundreds of turtles inside. So it took couple of hours to execute that final shot, but this is I had from. So coming back to the story, so when I went there, I was very sure that I want to execute something like this. When, how, who's the couple? No idea. So couple of months later, I've got an inquiry from the couple from Tanzania that hey, we're getting married in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and we would love you guys come over here and short our wedding. And we were like, why not? Like this is something that I would love to do it. And then Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar is like 1 hour from Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
So I was like, this is a nice option. Like, so I've pitched them this that the guys, I have discovered this place and I really would love to do a shoot with you guys here if you're up with it. So, but I was very skeptical that a lot of people are scared of turtles.
Yeah.
They also bite.
Yeah.
But when I have told about this idea, they were very excited and happy that hey, let's do this. We are very excited. So then in June 2025, now like couple of months before, we travel all over the world before that, and like it was very tough for us to source that special dome to get that photo half underwater, half, and you can't get that anywhere in India. I've tried Amazon, I've tried many things. So it felt like the plan is failed because I'm not able to source it. But somehow, before that we had our trip to USA, and somehow luckily we got that dome there. Otherwise that plan could have failed. The whole, how much planning we have did to find out, to secure that place, to we have already paid that guy in advance that nobody should come at this place because we want to make a shoot.
Okay.
All of this thing happened. Then in June we actually executed that. It takes couple of hours, and then finally we have taken that shot. Oh my god, it went over to Vogue. We have won Wedding Photographer of the Year on Wedding Sutra just for that photo. So I think manifestation has a lot to do with that. I always, when I find something very interesting, I always manifest that, okay, I now need a couple in this location, and I think somehow it works.
More than manifestation, I also think you have a very great aesthetic vision to know ki, okay, this is the place I can capture. This is the place, because
Correct.
a lot of times when, especially for girls, it's said that girls have a good aesthetic vision because they
Correct.
need photo in a certain way,
Correct,
the
correct.
camera angle in a certain
That's
way.
true. That's true. I can't deny that. That's true.
And you getting these shots is like crazy, because I've seen the photos on your Instagram and I was like, bhai, this is the wedding, this is the pre-wedding photo shoot that people can just dream about. And you capture such amazing photos.
Thank you.
It's just incredible to just watch and
Thank
look
you.
at
So
them.
I actually, if you ask my style, I would love to incorporate the landscape or that place in the photos. So right from very beginning when I've started photography, my inspiration there is a photographer called Ilya Licardi. He's a great travel photographer. So in my initial day, I used to follow him a lot. I used to take inspiration from him a lot. So he always used to take a great landscape photos. I've never seen somebody like him taking those photos. And then so that have inspired me, okay, landscape is beautiful, but what if you put a couple there? So that has this is how I have started getting inspiration, and this is how I have evolved over the years, that wherever I go. So the photo one which you have showed me of Anand and Radhika as well, you can see the entire chatu at the back. So I
Yeah.
always love to create few images which can speak for itself, like where it was taken, what was it for, and it just in just one photo, if you can define few things, the location, the couple, I think that tells a lot about it.
True. We have one last photo to go through.
Oh my god. So I think after this video, when we put it up, I think a lot of people have reached out to us like, hey, are you crazy? What if the horse would have been kicked the couple and all of these things? So I'll tell you about this. So we went to Cappadocia to do this couple shoot, and there we were just shooting randomly, and we found that there is so many horses that are running around. And then I saw there is a couple who was just walking, and they're just passing. I was like, how can he do that? I mean, it's not very normal to the eyes to see that, okay, you are
Yeah.
walking and the horse is crossing by and they're not hitting you. Then we actually reached out to that place and we were like, hey, can we do something like this? So it was not actually the couple, but actually they were the owner who was like, just passing by from there, and I see the horse just moving from there. And then we requested that, hey, is it safe if we will let the couple walk from there? They're like, it's completely safe, because they have the understanding of horse, that the horse will never ever touch you if you are on their way.
Oh.
And I was like, are you serious? Well, yes, horse have the tendency that they will never ever hit an object which is in the front of them, no matter what. Even if there are 100 of horse, they will never ever hit you. Nobody knows that.
Okay. Yeah.
So we actually made the couple walk there, So initially, oh my god, it takes couple of retakes. The bride was furious. She was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So a couple of times you'll see, like, she was horrified. Like and why not?
Yeah,
Like,
obviously.
like 10-15 horses are,
Yes.
like, galloping and like running so fast and just, like, beside you. It's too tough to even digest the fact that this is going to happen with you.
Yeah.
And then once it happened, we were able to capture that. And oh my God, the minute we put it, people gone mad. Oh my God, this is something which is fearless.
Hmm.
And I think this is probably one of my favorite shoot over last 5 years. So probably when you will watch, like, there is a full video of this is the 3-minute video I've made. It's I don't call it a pre-wedding shoot. It's a more of a travel film, you can see. So that specific part is a part of that film.
That's like really crazy, and obviously seeing that video, I would also be
Oh my
like,
God.
why are this poor couple doing that? But okay, I get it now.
I mean, after they've done it, I thought like, why, should I also do it? It gonna look so cool. I was like, I don't want to risk it. We have a 3 more days to shoot, and so yeah. But yeah, that was very tough. Like, even to go there, execute it, and like, the couple, like, I'm very happy for all the couple we get. They are very, like, up for the game. Like, okay, whatever you tell us, we'll do it.
Okay. Also, I want to understand, you were mentioning about pre-weddings as well.
Hmm.
The pre-wedding trend has started, I think, 3-4 years back.
Correct.
And now it's just increasing every day. Like, wedding is 2 months apart. I see so many couple posting their pre-wedding, and then
Correct.
the whole shenanigan starts.
Correct.
So, how has your experience been with pre-wedding shoots?
See, I think for me, I love pre-wedding shoots. There are multiple reasons why. One of them is, like, when you meet a couple on a wedding, you don't quickly make a connection. Okay, so it's a really great way to break an ice before the wedding, to meet the couple and to understand them and to be friends with them. So it's very organic. You assume, like, when you when you meet somebody for the first time, you're not very open, you're not very friendly with them. But once you spend couple of days with them, and then again when you meet them, you have an all different equation with them. So that really help us to do justice with their story. Okay, when we shoot their pre-wedding. Also, it's really great thing for a couple, because pre-wedding is a great way for them to know that what works, what doesn't work. So a lot of time, I know people don't like their wedding photos. Why this happened? Because they have never been captured professionally before together. So that was the first time they've been ever clicked by a professional onto the wedding. So they have no feedback, they have nothing, they have no experience. So a lot of time it happens that we felt that when you shoot a pre-wedding shoot, you, like, do a lot of feedbacks, you show the photos to them. They are also on their like, they are very chill going people. Now when you show them the photo, they know what to do, what they are not liking it. So you will take that feedback and apply all these things in the wedding, because I think wedding is the most important affair.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people who don't like the right profile, left profile, and all of these things. So I think this also helps couple to know themselves better, like what works for them. And apart from that, a lot of time, like, I feel like even India, still there are a lot of weddings which happen, which is a arranged marriage setup.
Yeah.
Correct. Couple actually didn't ever get a time to spend together before the pre-wedding. So that span of like couple of days, like, where actually, like, they really, this is the first time the couple creates memory with, like, together. So this also helped them to strengthen their bond. So all these things, I think it's very, very I think nice way to put it up. And I think this definitely helps us as well. So I like the idea of pre-wedding, because when you're shooting weddings from November to March, it's like 4 or 5 packed month.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you don't have a wedding, you shoot pre-wedding shoot, you travel to different location, you travel around the world. and that's have made you a better person. That also, like, where you can experiment with lot of things. In wedding you can't experiment because moment happen just for once. The garland they are
Yeah.
not going to exchange couple of times,
Hmm.
right? It so you cannot experiment, but in pre-wedding photos you can actually experiment. So being a photographer, it's really great thing to, like, that people are leaning more towards the pre-wedding shoots, because somehow we are also getting time to feed our soul.
Makes sense. Also, two questions. One, if someone wants to do a pre-wedding shoot in India,
Mhm.
what would be the locations you would suggest? And abroad, what are the locations that you feel ki okay, this is a place that people should get a pre-wedding photo shoot done?
I mean, in India, there are a lot of places like, Goa. So I would always suggest, like, if somebody who's not getting married in Rajasthan, they should get their pre-wedding in Rajasthan. It's so royal, and honestly, like, I've been to more than 25 countries now, and the more I travel to different country, the more I fall in love with our country. It's known fact, like, the kind of hospitality, the kind of heritage India has, no country have. Like, people just hyped up Europe, Rome, all those is great, to be honest, that's very nice. But what you have here, people don't treasure it. So honestly, I tell people, like, if you're not getting married in Rajasthan, you should have a pre-wedding shoot in Rajasthan.
Wow, okay. Never thought of it like that. And any other location other than Rajasthan?
I think Kashmir is also very beautiful. Like, people, I've been to Switzerland, I've been to Kashmir. Like, there is a very minute difference. You can, like, there are so many things to do in Kashmir. So I always in favor of supporting Indian locations, because honestly, like, when you travel outside, you will realize there is there's no service. Like, even if when you go to any hotel, you paid thousands of dollars, and these people don't even pick your luggage. And the kind of hospitality, the
Yeah.
services you get in India, oh my god, it's next level. But if you talk about uh, internationally, I think there are numerous of location, like for people who really want something very exclusive, Europe is a top notch option. Like, I've seen every year, I think couple of shoots we every year we do in Europe. And I think this month also we are traveling to Europe for a couple of pre-wedding shoot. Apart from Europe, I think if somebody loves tropical, I think Bali, Maldives, Seychelles, it's also great location. Yeah. Dubai is also very hot destination for Indians, because it's just a 3 hour,
Yeah.
and you can sense of, like, very high rise tall towers. You can also get desert, fancy cars, and all of
Yeah.
these things. Yeah, Dubai is also quite hot place for
Okay. And
pre-wedding.
when you're doing this pre-wedding shoots, do you also have to take permissions from anyone around, anything like that?
So usually, like, we only permission you have to take is the drone. So usually drones are not allowed anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But somehow, somewhere, we try to sneak it even in the early morning and or the evening. But yes, like, these are the few things that are very tricky to get it. Like, it's very risky. Like, we also do it day in day out. But yes, most of the time we take permission, and it's not easy, honestly, to take
Yeah.
out permission for
Yeah.
the drones and all.
Okay. And while you were mentioning about Europe and the destinations there, Eiffel Tower is also a very famous destination for couple shoots or even wedding proposals.
I felt like Eiffel Tower was so overly done now. So overly done, because the Eiffel Tower was a thing couple of years ago. Now what happens is, let's say if in your circle you have shot your pre-wedding or proposal in Eiffel Tower, your friend will never go. They also want something unique. So now Eiffel Tower is so overly done. It's a beautiful place, to be honest. Like, when you stand next to Eiffel Tower, it feels surreal. But I think nowadays people want exclusivity,
Yeah.
right? They would want to travel to a place where none of their friends have ever thought of. So I think somehow, somewhere, Eiffel Tower is being dropped off from the list, because it has been overly done now.
Fair enough. And Any particular location for getting married where you can get a perfect sunset moment or anything like that that you would want to suggest,
I
or a
think
proper beach view as well?
so. I have a very different answer to this.
Okay.
I've been to Jordan for a live. For the first time ever, I've seen a places filled with the desert and the big rocky red mountains in the back. I think it, like, if somebody will get married over there, it will look like they have done some AI, because it's so surreal. It's so surreal. Like, I think the beach weddings, mountain weddings, everyone has seen it before, and it's very quite popular in India to get married in Goa, to get married probably like in Vietnam, Bali, Thailand. All are famous for the beach weddings. But something out of the box, something like very out of the box, if you would love to see, I think Jordan might be the next location.
Wow. And anywhere in India?
See, I've told you, Rajasthan, I am a big fan of Rajasthan. Like, every time we step into Rajasthan, and you won't believe, 60-70% of the weddings we shoot every year is in Rajasthan. The whole November month we are in Rajasthan. And every time we step there, we find something different always. It's so beautiful.
Any particular place in Rajasthan or all over Rajasthan?
So there are multiple venues actually. Like, you name it, like Uday Vilas in Udaipur, Umaid Bhavan Palace in Jodhpur, exactly where Priyanka Chopra got married. Suryagar in Jaisalmer, where Kiara Advani got married. There are few people, a few venues as well. Raffles Udaipur, where
Yeah.
PV Sindhu got married. So all the celebrities have already taken all the great
Yeah.
places, and it's so beautiful. Like Jaipur have a Fairmount, Leela, and now they also have a Raffle. So when you go to those places, you feel like, oh my god, what a lovely location these are. And honestly, I'm telling you, after traveling almost most of the countries, which are great for the destination wedding, I think what India has to offer, nobody will have.
I have recently visited Jaipur and I saw Fairmont property and it is amazing.
So good.
It's
So,
so pretty. I agree to that.
I mean, people don't treasure it.
Yeah.
But what you have here back in India, oh my god, you will only realize once you go outside and see how basic are the properties. Like, all the five-star hotels are more like a business hotels.
Yeah.
Here you have actually, it just felt like it has made for the weddings only.
And while you were mentioning about celebrity weddings, like with Katrina and Vicky Kaushal's wedding or with Sid Kiara's wedding, firstly there were a lot of rumors of them getting married. This is the location, that is the location. Then we also got to know ki, okay, the guests who were there, they had to seal their phones. No photographs were taken unless they posted it. Everything. Have you also been a part of any such wedding where everything is like very hush hush and too many security rules?
I mean, this was the protocol in the Ambani wedding as well. Like, for the first, I think, first few events, all the guest photographers, all the phones were being like, they've put down stickers. And I think later on they have realized like the guest might not like it, and they're not liking it. That's how, like, they became little bit of easy going with not putting out stickers. But yeah, I think most of the celebrity weddings you will see there is a protocol to not shoot anything on phone. And I think it's right. I mean, like, being a celebrity, like, somebody who has been a public figure, who they really don't want to share their private space with everybody, like, because people, just for few followers and few likes, people pretend to put it across, and, like, just to get few followers, like. But I think you need to understand that at the end of the day they are also human. Like, they also want their things to keep private, right? Like, you can ask any human, like, who is not popular, like a layman. Everybody would love to keep few things private. And for celebrities also, like, weddings is such a private affair. They don't want to show everything to the world, and it's fair, I think. Like, we have to respect that privacy.
Yeah.
It's just that they are public figure, people want to put it out and do it. So I think it's the right way to, like, politely ask the guest to not shoot anything, or probably, like, most of the wedding you see, like, people have put down cameras because they cannot risk it.
Fair.
Yeah, because you know how media works, right? Like, if you allow phones in the wedding, then the people would not be able to enjoy
Enjoy
themselves,
the
be their
moment,
own,
yeah.
in their own, like, true selves. Then you have to be very careful how you act, how you talk, how you dance. So I think it's really important for people to understand that it's the right thing to have that privacy.
Yeah. One more thing that you were mentioning, you have traveled all around, but as you said that the beauty that you see in India, it's difficult to match. I want to know your experience of being in Kashmir because I also love traveling, but I have explored the south part a lot. North is something that I'm right now trying to explore. I want to visit. So, how has your experience been exploring those areas?
So honestly, Kashmir is, they say it right, like, it's a heaven on earth. Like, you have that the lake, you can have experience of living in the boathouse, and there are few flower gardens. This kind of flowers you will see in Kashmir, you will not see anywhere in the world. So it's a whole valley of flowers. Now you have a Pahalgam where the Ladder River just passed through there. You have a Gulmarg, like a full snow. Like,
Yeah.
Switzerland is still quite big, but if you'll see Kashmir, like, in the span of 3-4 days, you can have experienced everything, right from river to snow to, like, lake, all of that in one place. And it's so beautiful. Like, it's definitely, like, it's a heaven on earth.
Okay, I have two funny questions for you. So, whenever we think of a ideal wedding photographer, the thing is वो जब तुम खा रहे हो तुम्हारे प्लेट पे zoom आ रहा है तुम पे zoom आ रहा है do you also capture those moments?
So it's strictly mentioned on our contract that we don't film or take photos of the people eating. Even now, on an extent that we have stopped shooting the photos of the dinner buffet as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know it's quite horrible, and, like, people hate it. But back in the days, I think the family really want everything, like, being an Indian, like, people have this mentality, पैसा दिया है तो सब
Yes.
वसूल करना है, तो ये भी
हाँ,
shoot
ये भी
करो,
दिखाओ, वो भी
खाना भी shoot
दिखाओ.
करो, everything. But I think in last couple of years we have not experienced that. People prefer not to capture while eating.
Yes.
So they're like, please don't shoot this bit. And I think it's a bit, sometimes it's a bit disrespectful for an artist as well to shoot all of these things, right? So I think now people are slowly have realized, and this is out of the syllabus now for us.
Okay, one more question that I have is बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि the photographer is shooting, everything is going right. जब वरमाला का टाइम आता है या जब वो मंगलसूत्र पहनाने का टाइम आता है सारे फ्रेंड्स सारे फैमिली मेंबर्स अपना फोन का कैमरा लेके आगे
Oh my
आके
God.
खड़े हो जाते हैं. Have you experienced those?
That's a real challenge for us, to be honest, because you talk about Varmala, you talk about Fairas. I think it's also not their fault.
Yeah.
They also want to be like, being around. But yeah, I hate the fact that you don't need to pull out your phone camera and do it. I think ठीक है, couple of people can do it, but every, like, if you have a 20 friends, 20 friends wants to do it. But I think I don't blame them as well. Like, they are in such happy state. Probably, like, I've realized this when recently one of my friend got married. I also knew the fact that, okay, photographers are doing their job, but I, being as a friend, I also want to quickly put it
Yeah,
out on
capture,
Instagram and show,
हाँ.
like, hey, congratulations and all of these things. But yeah, like, so the key, like, how we do it is, like, so this is what we do is, most of the wedding we shoot, like, there's a planning team and all of these things. So we anticipate, like, what gonna happen, and we ask the couple, ask the friends that, hey, would it be okay if we take the front seat, you take the back seat, and we do it as soon as then you take the front seat, we'll take the back seat. So I think you have to have that conversation before anything, like, and it comes with the experience of shooting so many weddings, that what what may happen. So you have to be prepared for that as well. Sometime, like, I think who are photographers can understand this. Like, when we have a good focal length distance, like let's say if I want to shoot a full length shoot on 35 or 30 or 50 or 85 it's a very nice clear shot for me. But when people come near, like, I have no option but to go very close to them and shoot everything on a very wide angle. It might not look as cinematic as it is, but at the end of the day you still have that thing. So yeah, this is the thing, like, when nothing works out, you have to somehow manage to get the shot.
Okay.
It's a you're right, it's a
Struggle.
problem, like, that is yet to be resolved. But yes,
Because like recently I was attending one of my cousin's engagement and everyone, including me also, was taking a picture aage jaake.
Look.
And I saw the cameraman getting irritated and then I realized, okay, no, this is why he's getting paid also and
yeah,
he's taking a perfect shot. Why should we
I mean,
disturb that?
both of those people are right at their own place, the photographer and the friends. The friends are over enthused, they really want to celebrate that moment and they want to be, like, they're very excited, they want to live that moment, they want to do everything possible, they want to cheer them up and all of these things, they want to take photos. But at the end of the day, photographer also, like, they are also being paid off. What if they won't be able to deliver the Varmala photo? What the client will expect? Like, I don't want phone photos from my friend's
Yeah.
phone. So yeah, so that's why I said, like, this problem is still yet to solve.
Okay, one last funny question that we have is, in like you shoot a lot of celebrity weddings and as you said there is a lot of storytelling, there is a lot of thought you put into how the photograph needs to be taken. If gotten a chance that you get to shoot Salman Khan's wedding, what are the locations that you would be thinking of and what angles, what photos are you thinking of?
I think his persona is so great that he doesn't need any location. Just a
Okay.
white backdrop and him and his partner, that is enough to break the internet. That is enough to break the internet. So honestly, that is going to be the easiest task for me, to just put them in a corner or probably in front of the white backdrop. Take a photo looking straight, nothing else, no creativity. Their persona is also so like, so high that you don't need anything fancy.
Okay, well answered. ठीक है. Last question is, if you had to give an advice to any young photographer starting, what would that advice be?
I think a lot of nowadays, since wedding industry has gone like, gone for a very big rise, and it has become the third largest industry. What most of the people think that it has a great money, but people forget that to make that good money you have to be really good at what you do. So one advice that I would like to give them is just focus on your craft, focus on your like, skills, and be a good human. I think wedding photography has taught me that if you are a good human, you can connect with likewise people, and it's a journey, honestly. Like, when you actually have empathy, emotions for you, for the relationship, I think that will also make you a better photographer. I think anybody can learn photography in the span of a week, but what really important is the vision, is the approach, and that will only come how you are as a person. And that these, like, photography will take a backseat. It's all about the experience you are curating for the couple. How is your vision, how is your approach? So that's the most important thing. Money comes a lot later. It's a byproduct. If you start getting all of these things really good, I think money is a byproduct and it will come automatically.
Okay, thank you so much for doing this. It was so fun. Plus, also, I think I got a very different perspective on wedding photography in general. And I'm sure the audience also might have picked up on that.
Thank you so much. I had a great time. I don't know how much. It doesn't look like that. We have spent almost an hour.
2 hours 48.
What? 1 hour 48 minutes.
Yes.
What are you saying? I didn't realize. Oh my god. It happens, like, when you have a good people to talk with and to express. Oh my god! Oh, I didn't realize. I never had taken an interview for so long.
Okay, thank you so
Wow!
much for
Thank you
being.
so much.